What's going on YouTube? My name is FG3000, I'm back in the place to be, and welcome to Azur Lane Crosswave. This is a brand new hero collector that just came out today, so if you got $40, a PlayStation 4 or a gaming PC, and you're looking for a and FG means very fan servicey hero collector with a metric ton of dialogue with little bits of repetitive combat sprinkled about, this just might be the game for you, FG. You're laying it all out there right now, ain't you? I sure am. Let's go ahead and get started because it doesn't matter what platform we're playing on, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna start these videos off as we always do, with the heroes that you can collect. Taking it from the top. Now, of course, this game is based on the Azur Lane franchise on mobile, so if you played the mobile version, you're gonna get a lot more enjoyment out of this game than other folks. But if you're like me, you know a little bit about Azur Lane, but you really are into collecting heroes, the game makes it kind of hard to kind of enjoy because you can't even see the characters until you buy them. Now, obviously, you're not spending real money. As you complete stages, you get currency, which allows you to unlock these characters, but you can't even see them before you unlock them, which I found to be like a weird oversight, so much that I was like, I gotta be missing something. I wasn't. I looked around. There's no way to do it. So unless you actually buy the characters, you can't see them. So obviously, if you know a lot about Azur Lane, these characters, you're immediately gonna know what they look like, but me, I don't know. This ain't enough. So that right there, I didn't really appreciate. Now this game is separated between main ships, which are actually in combat, and then you also have support ships, which support you. Same thing applies. Here's my support ships. I don't know who the rest of these people are. I do know her though. So we'll buy her really quick, looking very, very nice. So artwork is fantastic, and a lot of the artwork that I see in this game, easy stamp of approval, by the way, just in case you guys are wondering, easy stamp of approval, way better than Azur Lane, I must say, because some of the art here is way more risque than I saw in the mobile version. I know for a fact that some of the art in this game is not present in the mobile version. Let me just say that. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll jump into the story. What I want to do is kind of give you guys like a live gameplay flow of what you're going to be doing when you play this game, right? So like I said, there is a lot of dialogue. I started off reading the first hour of dialogue, but there's just so much of it, and it's not super interesting in my opinion. I'm sorry. Once again, this is a fan servicey game, so maybe if you know more about these characters, the lore, the background, a lot of that stuff is going to be very, very interesting to you. But for me, it was a very half serious, half jokey type of plot that, I don't know, it was just too much. So we'll kind of go through this right now. Luckily for people like me, there is a way to kind of skip through the dialogue by just pressing one button. And as you guys can see right now, I cannot go into combat just yet. I got to talk to all my girls here, let them know what we're doing. And let's be clear, I don't have a problem with story. I know some people out there are like, FJ, are you complaining about story in the story mode? No, I'm not. I'm just saying, just seeing two characters monologue back and forth to each other, to me, it starts to get a little repetitive. So while you're out in the world talking to NPCs, you can also find little goodies on the ground there as well. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Now I want you to peel your ears. Peel your ears, what does that mean, FG? Just listen close, all right? So check it out. Listen, you guys listening? They got a little Zelda. It's definitely remixed. It's not pulled from Zelda, like it's not gonna be a copyright infringement, but they definitely put a little remix on the Zelda tune. Where's the combat, FG? This is what I was kind of trying to show you here. I wanted to make sure that we went through a live gameplay session so you can actually see what you're gonna be doing here in chapter by chapter. Like I said earlier, I am on chapter 5. I believe there are 10 chapters in the game. So this is going to be a game that you can probably beat. If you're super hardcore, you can probably beat in one day, maybe two, no more than a week if you're actually playing the game. So very short game. A lot of your gameplay session in this title is going to be all about collecting your favorite waifus and maybe powering them up in the extreme battle function. But other than that, pretty short title. So here's my squad. I got 3 main ships and 3 support ships, as I mentioned. I can pop a lucky charm, which increases my drop rate, but for now, we don't need to do that. And like I said, I know this artwork is more risque than the mobile version. I know! But this is the best part. Like, this is the fan servicey part. Being able to see some of your favorite waifus that you probably have been collecting for years now in real 3D, real action, being able to control their firepower and things of that nature, that's awesome, right? Even like, and I get it, and this is the part where I'm gonna go kind of easy on the title. I know for a fact, if you gave me like a Destiny Child game, which was like a generic beat 'em up, I would still love it because I'm using my favorite characters in an environment that I don't normally see them in. So for Azur Lane fans out there, I gotta say maybe you take a look at the game, at least buy it when it's on sale or something like that, because I think you will enjoy it based off of that. But when it comes to combat, it's a very repetitive experience here. As you guys can see, I'm just kind of circle strafing around. This character in particular, if I press the right button, I can do this little artillery shot. Everybody's in the air, so I'm not going to use my torpedoes at the moment. Let's go towards this green arrow, which will take us to the next phase of this fight. At any time, I can switch between all of my waifus here. Very nice. I mean, it's just really cool. And like I said, I didn't play Azur Lane that long, but the characters that I do know, it's cool to see them in a different light here. So right button is my artillery fire here. If I do right trigger, I can do torpedoes, as you can see there. I can also, I'm gonna try to do, let me find one more person I can kill before this stage is over. And I'll show you some of my ultimates here. All right, good. On our way. This is kind of cool. So let's go ahead and pop our ultimate. I can also pop kind of like a buff here to kind of get my skills cooling down a little faster. Pop some torpedoes with right trigger. Use all my cooldowns on that character. Switch to someone else. Shoot some planes off. Nice little buff there once again. Switch characters again. Burn some more cooldowns. And that's kind of the way that I've been playing the game. Burn my cooldown, switch characters, burn my cooldown, switch characters, circle strafe around, and that's pretty much it. Through 5 chapters of gameplay, there's probably been 4 enemy types total, like battleship, little small ship, air, what do you call them? Planes. I was gonna say airship. that would have been right too. Planes and things of that nature. Not a lot of enemy variety. You can fight some of the other waifus and stuff like that, so that's an option. But for the most part, you're gonna be fighting kind of the same enemies, kind of doing the same thing, circle strafing around, switching characters, popping off abilities on cooldown, rinse and repeat on. And you can kind of see there's quite a bit of dialogue in between every action that you do in this game. Whoa. I got sidetracked. But this is actually not a very combat heavy game, at least not in the story. Maybe when you go through the extreme mode and you're really trying to power up your characters, maybe then. But for the most part, this is it. This is absolutely the game. Here's the battleships I was telling you about here. Destroy 3 targets was my objective. Follow the green arrow. All of the backgrounds are basically you in the ocean. Obviously, that's not too surprising there. Throw some torpedo action. Shoot my ultimate to blow up that ship. Let's switch over here. Obviously, I don't know all the names of everybody. And there you have it. She also has a shield as well, which is super helpful. Switch back to you. Go to Illustrious, I think that's her name. Pop off some little ships here. Well, as soon as I get someone to target first. And then time to go back to my DPS. Like, she really does the most damage for me as far as my team is concerned. And that's it. Whee! And there you have it. That is pretty much the game, ladies and gentlemen. As far as kind of upgrading your characters, I'll show you that here in a second. Why did I have this little mouse here this entire time? No, look. There we go. I do know, yeah, I actually got that character on my main account in Azur Lane. So if you go over here, you can go over here into the warehouse, and pretty reminiscent, actually a better way of doing this is actually going to the dock, because it's really hard to see which characters have something equipped. But it's pretty straightforward. You go to a specific piece of gear, hit strengthen. As long as you have the mats and gold, all you gotta do, hit strengthen. There you go. Very straightforward, very easy when it comes to upgrading your ships. And all the characters have something just like that as well. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Taking it back over here, I feel like all of the characters are pretty equal as far as power. I could absolutely be wrong about that. I don't know if the ones that cost 1,000, I'll just buy that just for the sake of the video. I don't know if she has more power than other characters. I have no idea. But as you guys can see, she does start from level 1. So definitely got to put in a little bit of work, but I'm going to do that once again for the sake of the YouTube. Whoops, went way too far down to the bottom. Let's give her just some, I didn't mean to take that off someone. Dang it. Like, it's hard to see at a glance who's equipped with something. There we go. So I kind of messed up my formation just a little bit, but I do want to at least see what she looks like in combat, because she looks like she takes up the entire screen, and I feel like I want to see that. But that will do it. Aha, come on. Oh, I can't let you see that art. I can't let you do it. I'm sorry. That's an instant. All right. Let's go ahead and put you in there. We'll take you out. Put you in. All right. And let's go ahead and jump on in. Equip a weapon. There we go. Good enough. All right. So let's go ahead and end the video off with one more little combat session here. Lexington, relax. Oh, she doesn't look that big. I mean, she's pretty, well, yeah, that's pretty big. And as you guys can see, pretty much the same exact thing here. Circle strafe around, shoot your basic attack gun, and then shoot your other gun off of cooldown. Pretty straightforward, but she's only level 1, so she's gonna get beat up here quite a bit. Whee! But that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of my final thoughts here. For people that are not Hero Collector fans and Azur Lane fans, this is a definite pass for sure. Definitely not worth your time. If you are an Azur Lane fan, you're definitely into the story, you want to see more of the characters that you've been collecting for years, then I'm going to give it the stamp of approval for that. Yeah, buy the game, make sure it's on sale. I think you will have a lot of enjoyment out of it. But if, let's say, you're an Azur Lane fan, but you don't really care about the story too much, I still give you a partial recommendation, because I kind of, like I said, even without actually being a fan of Azur Lane, seeing them in 3D like this is kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. So I could imagine if you were actually a fan of this franchise, even if you're not really big on story, you still might enjoy this title. But once again, buy this bad boy on sale. Once again, my name is FG3000. I do thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.